That might be the most surreal pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life. I am near speechless.
What the hell did we just watch?
It wasn't...
Was that SummerSlam, or was that just all in my head?
Like, is this real life?
Was this Mind Games?
WWE in your house mind games. Oh, bringing it back to the old school. Well, not old school, but bringing it back to 95, 96. Shawn Michaels against Mankind.
We couldn't get into this fresher than this was. We couldn't. As soon as we were done, we got this thing going.
Yeah, like
because oh my god, there's a lot to say.
There from the matches, like some of the best matches of the year to some of the most confusing matches of the year to some of the most non-matches I've ever seen. Period. Let alone this year. But before we get into it, we have to obey tradition.
Yes.
We have to.
And, of course, I
don't know. Do you want to get...
There's no doubt. This is not. This is. I'm sure yours is going to upstage me this time.
Are you trying to
undersell it so it's better?
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Let's. Where is it? Where's? Right here. Okay. This is. And you're in the traditional grocery outlet bag. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what do we got here. All right. Feels like an action figure. A Heath Slater
the
action
hottest
figure.
Free agent on the
on the planet, Heath Slater. Believe it or not, he was chanted for tonight.
Yep.
But not for the reasons he probably wanted. You know what?
He's become synonymous with CM Punk chants, apparently.
You know what? I am going to go out on a limb and say I like Heath Slater as this hangdog loser, can't find a home anywhere.
You see, that's the thing, is I like him too. But I wasn't sure how you would feel about it.
I mean, this is, like, I like him ironically.
See, this is one of those things that can be a lame gift.
Yeah, lame, but, oh boy, at least I can put some indie cred on this, or at the very least I can frame it in such a way that I can present it in good company. Ain't no way I'm able to do that with the Bushwhackers.
Yeah, and you know, you can't find I couldn't find a whole lot of those. That was the only one I could find, actually.
Oh, so it's rare and collectible. Anyway, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But, in return...
At least in stores that I go to.
Yeah, in return, here you go. Be careful that this doesn't get on camera.
All right. Hold my, thank you very much. My non-caffeinated Diet Pepsi. That's pretty, that's pretty mild.
Yep. Are you sure?
Okay.
It's packing.
It's got protective. Wait, all this for... What's this for?
This is to protect the precious...
WCW NWO, where the big boys play. Air freshener.
It's a Kevin Nash air freshener. So you can hang on your car.
My gift ain't so bad.
Once again, Bennett White with the pick six. Lame gift champion.
Wrestling air fresheners.
Wrestling air freshener. Not just
Kevin Nash.
A Kevin Nash.
Because I want to smell Kevin Nash every time I'm in my car.
The smell of...
It's like I want to smell it now, but I...
Oh, there's more than one. Awesome.
There's more than one.
Oh.
Wait, or is it just front and back?
Looks like.
No, that's Kevin Nash if ever I smelled him.
Let me give it a whiff. I just found the plastic.
Yeah, you'd have to actually.
Yeah. I don't want to open it right now.
Kevin Nash air freshener. See, I need to start buying online to find the most weird stuff.
Yep. Oh god, this is you know, how much you want to bet that this smells like ashtrays and day-old turkey?
But see, no, I'm like just like WWE Go. I actually go out and find stuff out in the world, and
you don't follow leads online like I do.
Exactly. But I'm going to start.
Man, you got to up your game, dude.
I've exhausted the local territory already.
Yeah.
There's no more left for me there.
You got to go out hot shotting.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Might as well get into the nitty gritty because this is a long ass pay-per-view, and there is a lot to say about it. Actually, you know what? There's a lot to say about this pay-per-view, but not so much on a match-by-match basis. There was a lot of matches that were just okay. And if I'm being perfectly honest, so was TakeOver Brooklyn 2. I'm not going to say anything about it.
I have not seen TakeOver Brooklyn yet, so no spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
No spoilers for me, no spoilers for you.
All right, no spoilers or anything like that, but I will say that my opinion on the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, no, there wasn't a clunker on the card, but at the exact same time, no winners either. I mean, like...
That's a shame.
It's one of those, like... I mean, I suppose you could consider some matches to be winners, but that's only by virtue of the basis that the right guy won.
Or that Shinsuke Nakamura was in a match.
Yeah. So, as it met the expectations of what a card like that should look... You know, what it looks like and how it provided. So... On the basis of that, I gave it, I'll give it a resounding pass. But as far as what I will take away from it, like personally, maybe and I'll definitely take away the ending match. But I'm not gonna
definitely enjoyed tonight way more than that.
The night that you didn't actually see. Are you?
You definitely enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, I think I would.
You definitely
did. Yeah, I definitely did.
So coming right out of this, we enjoyed it. We don't get us wrong. We enjoyed tonight a lot.
But like
we did. Some of it legitimately so, very much.
Oh yeah.
And some of it because it was, like Battlefield Earth kind of bad.
Oh yeah, like there was, like Battleground was like wrestling at its best. WWE wrestling at its best. Let's make a clear delineation there. But this was like wrestling as like at its best and worst at the exact same time.
Yeah,
it's one of the more like I said, surreal experiences, not just with wrestling that I've had in quite some time. Oh god.
Yeah, but when it was, I mean, there were a few just kind of mid-cardy, very just filler kind of matches, but the ones that were really bad, they caught your attention. That's for sure.
Yeah,
you could talk about them. We will be talking about them for
like,
sure.
Honestly, some of the worst matches on the card were matches that didn't really have anything wrong with them, but they were just so blasé and stuff that you could probably just see on any main event episode.
Yeah,
or like that on SmackDown when it was pre-taped.
But enough fluff. Let's dive right into this.
Not too much to really say on the pre-show, although Booker being Booker had some glorious moments, like when he just posed.
As he does.
He posed looking like he was about to
he's going to cast a spell.
Like he's going to cast a spell, but I had no idea what he was trying to do.
I think he might have been instinctively going to the pre-Spinneroonie stance.
Might have, but...
It's instinctive for him at this point.
He's like an Alzheimer's patient in that way.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's,
Yeah, too real?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, too real. Way too real.
Concussions are bad, man.
But the flub of the night that was the source of endless amusement between me and you was Cesaro's new name, Sabaro. Sabaro. Booker called him Sabaro, and I just flash to any time I've had Sabaro pizza in the last 3 or 5 years, and it's like, yeah, it definitely puts my stomach in the giant swing. European uppercuts my colon.
Thank you, thank you, Booker T, for providing us.
Somebody photoshopped Cesaro as Sparrows.
There's a lot of there's a lot of just incoherency with him, but then sometimes he just gives you some beautiful material.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised that they don't. They want to. They want to work with him on that level, and just, but they just can't. They're not allowed to make him look stupid. So.
But let's dive into the pre-show matches. The clunker of the night, arguably, I'll bring up another match later on that could, they're in a dead heat for the worst match on the night. It's the 12-man tag match between a bunch of tag team jobbers on SmackDown. Unfortunately, that also includes the Vaudevillains.
Yeah.
And American Alpha. But excuse me. But oddly enough, American Alpha was not the one who scored the pinfall victory. Although unsurprisingly, it was Simon Gotch again who took the pin and
Poor
did the job.
Simon Gotch. He deserves better.
Both him and Aiden English deserve way better than
This
what
is
they're
not right.
No.
And then they took away their black and white. Was it 70 millimeter? What?
No,
Not even. Not even. Why am I saying 70 millimeter? What is the old timey footage they used to the first stuff, the crackling?
Look, God,
What was that shot on?
It was always shot on film, but there was different types of film. Sometimes it was shot on acetone, sometimes it was shot on. But either way, like the black and white, black and white Lumiere footage. So they got rid of that for some generic intro that like it looks like WWE is just pushing them down further down the card and just not even bothering with their entrances anymore. That's what I've been noticing lately on SmackDown. But
yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, the match was a cluster because 12-man tag. How could it not? Although a highlight had nothing to do with the match in and of itself, but rather what WWE decided to interrupt the match for a commercial with Ric Flair coming in out of nowhere like an RKO to say I can't wait to see.
I hope that something something interesting happens.
Exciting or interesting.
Exciting, yeah.
They couldn't have timed that better if they tried. I think there was I think there might have been somebody at the TV station, but right at the control board who just said you know what, this match is a snoozer. Why don't we play why don't we run that promo with Ric Flair saying that he's hoping interesting happens, because that's what the audience would be saying by the end of it.
That's wishful thinking,
but it was too perfect to be just an accident. And if it was an accident,
I think there are a lot of accidents tonight.
A lot of accidents, but
unavoidable accidents, I guess.
Unavoidable accidents or purposeful actions disguised as accidents.
I think that something happened tonight that just either shifted the booking or took people out of. No, there were no injuries or anything that kept people from there was I don't know, we don't know what happened exactly, but everything seemed like it was completely
shuffled.
Shuffled and flux, just
somehow the card
got
somehow the card got shuffled. I have no idea, or maybe this was always supposed to be the plan, but this was a pay-per-view that just kept you on your toes. You did not know what to.
That's for sure, and that's part of why it was so enjoyable.
In a broader sense, and a lot of it's going to be a lot of what happens at the end of the pay-per-view will just lead to a lot of people just wondering out loud, what the hell is going to happen from here?
Yeah, and that's better than just complete boredom.
Mm-hmm. Or just shitty wrestling.
Yeah.
Speaking of, no, that's unfair. Next up on the card was Dudley's versus Neville and Sami Zayn. Neville and Sami Zayn win to the surprise of absolutely no one. What with the Dudleys on their reunion tour of getting other tag teams
over, yeah,
over.
I mean, we thought that this was going to be the best match of the night, possibly.
Possibly. I mean, Sami Zayn and Neville.
Is it Neville or Neville?
I've heard it pronounced both. I just go to Neville.
It's always Adrian Neville.
Adrian
on NXT.
Yeah, Adrian Neville.
So I think it's Neville.
Yeah, but Neville, just two fantastic workers, and two veterans just eager to help these guys get over. Even though I would argue that Sami Zayn beating the Dudley Boys in one form or another doesn't help him get over anything.
Yeah.
He's meteoric as far as I think the crowd is concerned. I mean, the only opponent that he would beat that would help him get over at this point would probably be Cena. It would have to be Cena or Seth Rollins or any of the top carders. Not these guys that are here to help get American Alpha over.
So, they need help getting over.
Well, I would imagine that from a broader perspective, the everyday WWE viewer needs a more concrete, solid introduction to American Alpha. When they debuted a few months back, they got all the hype in the world on WWE, but you would have to have followed their career through NXT, and before that, you would have to know where they've been through the indie circuit. So it's a lot of people need to get on board the hype train, as it were.
And not that hype train.
Oh yeah, but they need to get on board with the hype train that people who have been following their careers for months and years now have already been on. So
oh yeah, American Alpha with the best German suplex of the night. If that gives you an idea of what's to come.
Mm-hmm. But best in technical execution, not best in terms of effectiveness.
Effectiveness on a kayfabe level,
or
like entertainment,
or I'll clear it up when we get to it.
Oh, you mean the latter? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Not the latter.
Yeah, like LATER.
Not gotta be specific.
Yeah. But like I said, Dudley's did the job. Good for them.
Yeah.
Cesaro versus Sheamus.
Oh, yeah, Dudley, or Bub Ray Dudley with "Come on, English boy!
Oh,
come on, English boy!" He said that
he said
seven
that about
times.
He said that about like a dozen times. I know for a fact he must miss the days of the Attitude Era when he could call him something more colorful.
Yeah.
But now you kind of have to
Actually, he talks way more than he used to. He used to never talk during his matches, as far as I recall.
And when he did,
occasional grunt, and when he did, he had the stutter.
Yeah, but that was way back in like 97, 98.
But now he is vocal as hell.
I guess because there's like, what gimmick does he have left? He has we got Dudleyville, and that's it.
Him trying to come up with something bad to say about Neville.
It's like, come on,
you high flying, amazing worker of a. You're British.
You British vanilla shrimp.
Well, you could talk about his ears or something. I mean, but that's that's material that's already been tread in NXT over and over again, though.
But as the one match I was looking at on the card that I was dreading, and that had little to do with the people in it and more to do with the fact that we would have to sit through this 5, 6, maybe even 7 times. And I posted a tweet about it, which was ostensibly the gif of a kid just running off a diving board and just continuing to run as he plummets into the pool. It's just like, come to me, sweet oblivion. As Cesaro versus Sheamus in a best of 7 match this best of 7.
And that's not to say the best of 7 in one night. That's
no, it's not it's not like 2 or 3 falls.
It's not like 2 out of 3 falls. It's not like, would it be 6 out of 7?
No, it'd be 4 out of 7.
4 out of 7 falls. But somebody alluded to that though, which gives credence to what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
like the announcers brought it up. Who was it? Was it Byron? It was Byron Saxton.
No, it was on the pre-show, so it might have been.
I swore it was Byron.
Like, Byron doesn't do the pre-shows.
Well, who the hell said that?
Ugh.
Somebody said that. Somebody brought up, it was like, oh, I wonder if one of those 7 matches are going to be a best of 7 matches.
There might have been some doublespeak there. I have no idea. I cannot pretend to speak for that person who might have said it, especially since I didn't hear it. But circling back, like this best of 7, I could. Like, one, I'm not even sure what this best of 7 is going to prove. Like, they'll get a title shot sometime, or this is just to prove who is unequivocally the best, which you would think a single match would consider, but no, apparently we need to see this 5, 6, 7 times.
Are they trying, or is there like a formula to open the hell mouth where you have to like have a trio of 7, 7, 7 with 7 guys on 7 nights with 7?
Yeah. I have no idea why they decided to book it like this, but Sheamus is one of the more undervalued wrestlers on the entire card, because on the roster rather, and I mean I get why people don't like him, because he's a heel and he's kind of bad as a heel.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he's kind of bad as a good guy, but his technical expertise in the ring and his ring awareness are all, A's across the board. It's just that his personality doesn't really... You don't like to hate Sheamus. Nobody likes to hate Sheamus. Nobody even really hates to hate Sheamus. They just hate Sheamus. And so...
He doesn't look stupid. Well, I mean, the mohawk's a little bit...
when he got rid of the braided beard, that helped.
I mean, the braided beard, the thing is, we've spoken about this before, I think, but the braids were too small, so they kind of look like little, like... Shit, I'm talking about what's going to happen to my own beard. Just realized that.
Yep.
Because it's at that length where it's going to have to turn into braids now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to have a mohawk, though.
I was about to say, like, who are you to talk about what looks stupid in a beer, man?
Yeah.
Ugh.
No. I caught you before. I got you to the punch.
But
It's for cosplay. God damn it. Playing Sabretooth.
But as I said, like Cesaro is always going to be entertaining because he's one of the most entertaining wrestlers. Boy, is he fun to watch! I know that's a backhanded statement when an announcer says it, but as an actual wrestling fan who likes to see great athletic displays inside the ring, Cesaro is like an untapped source of unlimited potential. It seems.
Damn straight he is. He's like the. I really, if you ask me off the top of my head who's the best in the business right now, it's just as far as all around in ring potential. It's him. It's Cesaro.
And I will be perfectly honest. Pairing him up with Sheamus, at the very least, sounds like that's a great formula for good wrestling bits. He's just like Cesaro is so underrepresented as far as the fans are concerned. Sheamus equally so. Well, maybe not as undervalued, but people are not giving him his fair share.
I mean, he's had the world title a couple times?
Yeah, like he's had a world title a couple of times, but everyone just keeps shitting on him for no real good reason. I mean, they have their reasons, but he doesn't deserve nearly the amount of shit he has gotten, or especially over the months, especially since he's been bumped down the card so far.
Part of it might be his voice. He has a very native voice, and with the Irish accent, it can come off as very snide, snarky.
Yeah, like I said, it's heel. Way to go. Like you hate him.
But I seem to recall that even when he was face, his voice came off kind of heel.
Yeah, that's why he works better as a heel.
Yeah.
So either way,
but I don't get we don't get the legitimate hate though.
No. Like he gets the kind of hate that's reserved for like Roman.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like so.
We won't even linger on it anymore. It's not worth it.
But several tasty spots in this. This was a match that deserved to be on the main card. This felt too good to be on a pre-show. Including some great the fireman carrying to a slam of that elevated bulldozer.
Oh yeah, the super bulldozer.
Yeah. And of course, when Sheamus reversed the neutralizer into white noise, that was nice bits. And really shows like what Cesaro can do with a person he doesn't wrestle with every single goddamn day.
And I think that this was definitely not the best of the 7 matches that we're gonna see.
Oh,
I think that the more they have to work with each other and get better and better. Obviously the matches are gonna get progressively better. And I think that keeping that into account, this was a pretty good first start.
Yeah, like of course Sheamus was going to win the first match. Because, you want this to go the distance, because why in the world would you say a best of 7 and not go full 7 if you could predetermine what the ending is going to be? So, by that logic, you need to establish the idea that maybe fucking Sheamus is going to pull this one out. So, he wins the first one, but the last spot I want to talk about in this match that I felt was Cesaro just, rolling up his sleeves and deciding, you know what, I'm on the pre-show, but that doesn't mean I have to, I'm going to dog it.
Well, rolling them up or just stripping them down.
However,
I don't think he did that. He hasn't done that in a little while, has he? The Swiss Superman thing?
Yeah, no, I don't believe so. He might have done it.
We just didn't see it.
Either way. But the post to springboard frog splash.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
That was really good.
Every time I see him do stuff like that, he was balancing on the post. That in of itself is
a man of his height.
His height and just everything. Seeing him just have such an incredible amount of not just athleticism but agility and coordination and dexterity and all those D&D statistics. It's he must have rolled 20 on every
that's the Cesaro match. It's like
his D&D character sheet. He just rolled straight 6s on everything.
Well, yeah, with him, it's not like getting a crit. It's like he got crits on his stats. So now everything he does is just fucking awesome. It's like he doesn't get natural 20s. His stats are so high, they're just always 20 plus. Like when he botches, he gets I botched, but it was a 20.
So, like, you botched a critical, which means it's just a regular hit.
Yeah, that's fucking Cesaro. That's Sabaro.
Yeah, that's Subaru. But right before the actual event started, we got a nice little tasty promo with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar at the peak, the very peak of not giving a shit.
Yeah.
He's just casually dropping F-bombs and
Yeah,
S-bombs.
they played over and over again, so you get to hear him cussing and on television over and over again.
Yeah, God, and what was it? And how much does he not care? He doesn't even give a shit that he sounds like a goddamn idiot when he's talking.
Oh yeah. What was that line? Him and I are not even on the same parallel.
Not on the same parallel. Not a fucking sentence. There is irrelevance between us. There is irrelevance. It's like, you mean what you have between you is irrelevant?
But he's saying that it is there.
It's just like, what we have here is irrelevance.
Therefore, there is something
There that is irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Do we know what it is? Doesn't matter.
It's
because it's irrelevant.
There is irrelevance between us. You mean
it's okay? It's Brock.
It's Brock. We don't. He's not on the roster to hear him speak.
Words make him angry because he can't suplex them.
Yeah. But apparently he can F5 sharks, which was weird. Which was like a promo for a SummerSlam once upon a time ago. Like Brock Lesnar picks up a shark. Yeah, he picks up a shark and F5s it in the surf.
Oh, does he actually do that in the promo?
Yeah,
like a digital shark or something.
No, like it was a stuffed shark.
Yeah,
it was just like a stuffed shark, and he just hoists it up over his head in the surf.
Like a taxidermy looking kind of thing, or was it like a plushie?
It looked like a rubbery kind of prop shark.
Okay.
But it was a pretty big shark.
That's great. Brock is so crazy that if he wasn't like bored, if he was bored enough, I think that he might even do like a Shark Tank match where he just wrestles a shark.
Or an alligator, or like...
Oh, an alligator wouldn't even have a chance.
No.
No, he if he has any kind of like ground basing on land, there's like alligator. Like the only thing that could really stand up to him is like a bear, a grizzly bear, or Kodiak.
And even then, you have to kind of like give the bear a chance by having like 2 or 3 bears, or
like the Revenant should have been Leonardo DiCaprio versus Brock Lesnar.
Like Brock Lesnar is just walking around with Sable, his wife, and his son Duke, and then he gets a little too close. And
Lesnar's just,
and then he just takes Leonardo DiCaprio in his teeth and just gets really close to him and starts sniffing him just like the bear.
Starts raping him just like the bear actually did in the movie.
That was totally and completely not fabricated, just to generate cheap buzz. Fuck you, internet, by the way. No, but I brought up the shark thing because Paul Heyman just described Randy Orton as, the best surfer on the beach, and Brock Lesnar's the shark that's going to eat him. It's like, well, no, because Brock Lesnar F5
eats sharks.
He F5 sharks. He body press, gorilla presses of fucking sharks.
He grinds sharks up and puts them into energy drinks.
Bull shark testosterone power ups in GTA 5. But that was one of the more entertaining promos on the night. Aside from another one, which we will get to.
Oh yeah.
First match on the card was the tag team match between Enzo and Cass and Jericho. I hate the fact that Enzo came out and basically gave New York City a verbal blowjob because nobody sings the praises of New York. And certainly not New Yorkers.
Enzo, I don't know if he just hasn't been getting very good material lately, or...
No, he had a great promo at Battleground. With the, soccer mom haircut.
Yeah, but, I think that was recycled, actually, but... no, the thing is, you haven't been watching him on NXT... Mm-hmm. And I've been watching him on NXT, and a lot of the material that he used in there was recycled into, Raw or SmackDown, whatever. And I mean, that's like on one hand, I understand that because there's only so much material they have. This is WWE. Mm-hmm. They can't write brilliant. They can't just turn out brilliant shit over and over again. I mean, movies can't do it. The WWE certainly has to portion it out, and I mean, I don't know if Enzo comes up with his own stuff. It's just that it's like I feel like I got the best of it already.
And that, and he's quickly like revealing himself to be one of the more sloppier workers in working right now. He just does nothing with finesse, but he's not like hitting hard enough for you to be okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll put it like this: like, he's the better talker of the two, but Cass is the better wrestler of the two.
Well, the interesting thing about Cass, I mean, I had the same opinion, of course, but I recently was someone informed me that Cass actually is he's pretty good on the mic, but his character requires him to act like he's a kind of
like a big
down,
oaf.
like big oaf. So if you notice, he never flubs a single line.
No,
he always aces it. He just says it in character. So I think there might be a lot more to be seen from Cass.
Sorry, this room is like an oven, so I'm trying to open up, get some airflow through here. But yeah, Enzo is really starting to not bottom out, but just like flatline for me. And
yeah, he's kind of reaching a plateau, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, he had a great promo for Battleground, but, like, promos are great, but please, improve in the ring.
Yeah, improve in the ring, and I don't know, they're baby facing him way too much. He needs to be a little bit more controversial, just a little more of the the A cup jokes.
A little bit, just skirting that line. Skirting the
like,
PG
oh
line.
wow, he said that. Is that okay? Is that politically correct? That a little more like that,
or something along the lines like, well, is that TV PG? That's something to put a little.
Right now, it feels like the New Day is more controversial,
especially after that match. Ugh. Anyway, of course, Jericho just like the match made in heaven with Jericho and Kevin Owens. I didn't think it would work. But I am so glad to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, they're little bits with Kevin Owens returning back to the Headlock Master.
Yes, Headlock Master. I love Jericho. I love Jericho. I love Jericho. I love KO.
Mm-hmm.
This is like what Breezango is like the result of just garbage. This is perfection. When you combine two personalities and they just completely work off each other. They work great on their own. They work just as good or better together. Keep it going. Let's see more Jericho.
Including a spot where Jericho literally had to fly across halfway the ring just to break up a pinfall. I still don't understand how he fucking did it. He's like in his late 40s, and he can still kind of go in the ring. I mean, he's not as good as he was, but...
Yeah, so what's your excuse, Enzo? You can tag Sasha in.
Oh, and I'm thinking that Kevin Owens and Jericho are... there's a little something extra going on behind the scenes, if you catch my drift. Did you catch the spot where Kevin Owens blew Jericho?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Mm.
Yeah, whether it's kayfabe or not. I'm sure it's kayfabe.
I'm pretty sure it's kayfabe.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty
sure
sure
they both have families.
Yes, I'm pretty sure their wives hope it's kayfabe.
Do they?
I don't know. Like,
you sure they don't want Jericho to tag team in their house?
I'm just trying to picture like how that would even work. It's like is this some sort of like a two guys and a girl kind of thing?
No, it's just them. The woman watch.
Oh, so it's a gay cuckween thing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I love it when my husband fucks other men, and I just watch.
Well, I think it starts out supposed to be a trio, but it devolves very quickly into a...
All of a sudden, like a spare prick at the wedding, except now you're like the spare vag in the gay, in the gay orgy. Enjoy the sight, lady, because you ain't getting none.
Fan fiction. Here it comes.
I mean, when you think about it, that like Jericho and Kevin Owens kind of represent two different ends of the spectrum of what gay.
Oh yeah, KO's the bear.
Yeah,
and then Jericho is the like prim and proper with a scarf, kind of Gavin looking in a in style.
I mean, Gavin wishes he looked like.
I don't wear. I know, but scarf.
Oh yeah, definitely the scarf.
The scarf and the prim and proper kind of thing going on, you know.
He has kind of a little attitude too.
Yeah.
He's kind of giving you that eyeball, and she's like
beep 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 beep. Oh, there's the that's the timer.
Oh.
We have to stop talking about.
Oh god, fuck Gavin o'clock.
Yeah, it's over now. It's like the witching hour.
I thought we reserved that for Sage Versus, but no. Apparently,
it transcends. There's a formula to it, I assure you.
Afterward, in a weird backstage bit where where Shane O'Mac and Daniel Bryan run into Mick Foley wearing the swishiest, weirdest silk shirt I have ever seen him wear. The guy wears flannel shirts and like cut off t-shirts. He does not wear silk button-up and gold embroidered silk button-up shirts. Why was he wearing that?
Oh man, he looked like the Beast.
That was ill-advised. I will put it delicately.
Like Mick Foley didn't care that much about his appearance when he was the commissioner.
Oh no, of course not. Not with that haircut. But this was all just to introduce that Jon Stewart was. Can I just say that his inclusion in the WWE universe is one of the more baffling celebrity appearances? I mean, Andy Richter at the fucking Royal Rumble 2000 was pretty up there, but Jon Stewart to actually get involved?
I know. It was,
like, Andy Richter was just there as a judge.
So is Jon Stewart in the Hall of Fame yet? I don't think so.
No. I mean, I wouldn't exactly complain.
I mean, why not?
I mean, Drew Carey was in it.
Snoop Dogg.
But Snoop Dogg just belongs in every Hall of Fame. Just all the Hall of Fames.
Okay, so we'll get to my opinions on that when we get to the women's title match.
But, although I did appreciate Stephanie just trying to... Stephanie, like, with the line of the night saying, like, what's the point of power if you can't abuse it? A few hours down the line, we see, like, her doing charity promo.
Yeah, charity promos with children. And
like at Boys and Girls Club, and, like...
What was it she said though?
Like, what's the point? What's the point of power if?
No. What did she say for this?
Oh, it's like
she said something during this that was like completely antithesis of her earlier statement. It was
like it was about her work with the Boys and Girls Club.
Like, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
This is how we're. Oh, and then she earlier had said like a month ago, this is how we're gonna win. So it's like she keeps doing these promos, and then back when she's out of it, she gets back into character, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Right. But is it her character? I don't know.
Like,
Who knows?
WWE, you're fucking with my brain, and I don't like it. And that's the theme of the night.
It's like, is she kayfabe when she's doing the charity?
Yeah.
Is that kayfabe? Does she not actually pay anybody any money? It's all an act. That was just a part of the program. Theater. Smoke and mirrors.
You were talking about the women's title match, and apparently, luck be have it that that's the next match on the card. Now, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for the women's championship.
Okay, so Sasha Banks is overrated. I think that her uncle, is it? Second uncle, whatever, Snoop Dogg.
I have no idea the validity of her relationship with Snoop Dogg.
They're somehow related, she's like a distant cousin, or I don't know.
I have no idea.
But yeah, I think I know that has to do with it. Of course that has to do with it. I mean, she's not a bad wrestler, don't get me wrong. She's pretty decent. I think that she is way overrated, though. I think there's a lot better. Bayley, Asuka, Naomi, just to name three.
You know what? I'll even give Becky Lynch
even Becky Lynch. I think now that she's matured.
I got rid of
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I got rid of those awful steampunk boots.
Oh yeah, and now she's got this way better look. But we'll get to that.
Oh geez, will we get to that? But this match began rather uncharacteristically sloppy for these women. I almost call them girls. I think they're about as old as me, or maybe even younger. I mean, that's why I think of them as girls.
Yeah.
Like any woman who's younger than me, like even if you're like 22, 23,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I gotta stop thinking like that. I really do. But
I mean, the thing is, I still feel like I'm 22, so.
But yeah, God, you get to that point in your life where you feel like anyone younger than you, even by like 2 years, is automatically a child.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's a very, very depressing time to be alive.
It's a very depressing time to be us. To be alive, I mean, in general, no.
But the match picked up.
What are you talking about? We're winning. We watch wrestling.
We use our time wisely.
Yeah.
But as I said, the spots on the card, the spots on the match rather, were they picked up and had some great moments. Wish they had better follow through though. It was a spot where Charlotte had Sasha in the Razor's Edge. I think it was going to be
Super Razor's Edge.
a super elevated Razor's Edge, but they just simply countered it into another Hurricane Rana.
I was just like, holy I couldn't believe that was going to actually happen.
And then it didn't.
And it didn't happen. I was like, I should have known that wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but the thing is, she did that moonsault out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe she was just going to go full metronome. Like every match, she's going to pull a random, ridiculously difficult maneuver.
I was hoping that...
And she might still try to. Maybe that's her thing now. She's going to like start really bringing it. Because that Razor's Edge looked like it was going to destroy Sasha's neck and just split her in half.
Yeah.
Because the way she did the Razor's Edge wasn't the same as the Razor's Edge the way it's done by Ramon.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're supposed to get the arms in like a crucifixion kind of thing. And the way she had it was almost like a underarm suplex.
Yep.
Which means that the neck there's like nothing to land on but the neck.
Yep.
That would have been really, really dangerous. So I don't blame them for not going through with it.
Yeah.
But like, when have you ever seen the Razor's Edge done on top of a turnbuckle?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. That is to say, I can't even recall.
Yeah. So if that would have gone through, especially done in a women's match, that would have been really, really groundbreaking.
Yeah, especially after what looked like a botch near the beginning of the match, where Charlotte just plain old dropped Sasha off the second turnbuckle. That just did she try to go for like some kind of power slam or just?
It almost looked like she was going to go for a backbreaker where you drop onto the leg, but she didn't bring the leg up. She just kind of dropped her.
Yeah, and then she just kind of laid there, folded over herself. I mean, it looked painful, but it looked like a botch.
It looked like a botch, and
it might very well have been, but
it seems like they're starting to. You know what they're doing? They're starting to be influenced by Strong Style. It was either they force Nakamura and Asuka into their box, or they start being influenced by them, right? Or both, whatever. But give and take, it rubs off.
Well, Strong Style is also supposed to be about like throwing potatoes in the ring or throwing punches that look like potatoes, not like
faking a botch.
Yeah, not like
That's true.
Not faking a botch or not making a move that looks painful, but only because it looks so awkward.
But my point still being that the theme of tonight definitely seemed to be a lot of near shooting, because there was a lot of just like really, really aggressive strikes.
Mm-hmm.
But continuing on,
yeah.
Where were we?
We were also some real miscommunication on the part of on the announce team, who weren't all too bad over the period of the night. Although I have to ask quite plainly, if you're going to give the veteran advantage to Sasha, but then say that Charlotte pulled a veteran move, who's the veteran in this match?
Yeah. The answer, of course, is Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
She's older. She
has more seniority.
Had the championship way longer. She's had the championship. Well, I'm not going to say the end of the match, so let's continue.
Yeah, let's lastly wanted to talk about the Keko comment spot, which it just involved, was it Sasha? Yeah, it was Sasha just landing knees first into Charlotte's face, and I was just thinking, that was, like, if her knees were just a tad bit wider, it would have just been like, Keko Kamen just launching her vagina at people.
Oh yeah, that just
Running bull charge. I want
only
to...
way it could be more like that is if it was the Bronco Buster itself.
Yeah. I want to meet the female wrestler who has the cojones, the onions, to launch herself vagina first into her opponent. Right there. Just like right jawline.
Not even with a turnbuckle.
Not there.
She just pulls it out right mid-air in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you want to see that for legitimately good reasons.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, it looks... if it connects, it looks like it'll hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a devastating move. It's going to hype the crowd. And plus,
it's also demoralizing to your opponent.
Mm-hmm. And plus, you get to see some woman shove her vagina in another woman's face. It's great.
It's a win-win.
The advancement of women's wrestling takes another brave step forward. But thank God, Charlotte reversed the bank statement and got a roll-up for the pin. I hate the bank statement. It took me watching this it took me watching this match to make me realize I hate...
Seen it spammed like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I hate the bank statement. I hate the backstabber, especially in this match where she fucking botches it and overshoots the backstabber and she just lands on her fucking ass. That was the worst botch of the night. That's the worst confirmed botch of the night. There might have been some other chicanery down the line.
Oh yeah, that was the worst.
That was
really, really bad.
Yeah, there's no getting up from that. That was a pure and out and simple botch.
I mean, it's basically like if Jericho did the code breaker and he just fell on his ass.
Yeah.
And the guy just stood there. Well, this is what happened. Is she went to do the backstabber. No, sorry, what was it called again?
It was a backstabber into the bank statement.
Yeah, backstabber. She got from Del Rio, I guess. And she goes to do it. She just falls. She falls back. Charlotte doesn't go with her. I don't know if that was... I think that was Charlotte's fault.
I think Sasha just overshot it.
Okay, and so Charlotte's just standing there, and then she throws herself to the mat.
Yeah.
That's always bad.
Yeah.
Like when the person who is on the receiving end still decides to sell it later.
Oh God! That's just making it look worse. I mean, there was a similar situation a few years back during, back when the, 2003. I want to say 2003 or 4 when Batista, I believe.
Oh, the one where he's like,
whoa! No. Well, that was pretty bad against Mark Henry, but no, I'm talking about this particular botch with Randy Orton. Goes for the RKO, overshoots completely on Batista, and he just...
Oh, that one is painful.
No, it was Jericho. He was supposed to land it on Jericho. He overshot it completely, and he just couldn't get... that was the only time I've ever seen him botch the RKO, where he just kind of... Oh! It looked like
he had like an invisible person.
It was more like he slipped on a banana peel, and he spilled over his own ass over tea kettle. It's like...
Although, he provided people with an excellent... an excellent what is that, cut and paste effect? Because he did the RKO with no one there. You can put whoever you want there.
Oh, God. Gifts aplenty.
Yes. Not that there hasn't been enough of those already with him.
I say there isn't any.
There's never enough.
Never enough.
Never enough.
But yes, thank you, Charlotte, for reversing that goddamn horrible finishing move. And I can tell you why I hate it so much. One, I hate finishing moves that are not grappling, but I hate finishing moves that are literally like variations of the crippler crossface. Every time I see somebody put their face back and just hooking that arm, it's just saying like, ah, God. That's a heel. If you were a heel, that's one thing. But Sasha Banks is not a heel, and yet she has a heel maneuver as her finisher. Why?
And I actually thought that the bank statement was one of her better moves.
Well, she has way better moves. Except they're just not finishers. Like, I hate her finisher. The backstabber in of itself is all right, but I felt like if your only variation of the crippler crossface is that you turn a backstabber into and roll into a crossface, when she does it well, it looks really good. I just hate the fact that she's relying on it to win matches. That was my one problem with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I don't think that it's meant to be a finisher. I think that it's an excellent
But she's
signature maybe, or
But
just
she's winning matches this way.
a momentum move. It's just
I don't know. She's winning matches this way. I have to give it to her. If you're winning if you're winning a match with a specific move that is named, that is yours, that's a finisher.
She was not the Beyonce of Team Bad. Naomi was the Beyonce of Team Bad.
I mean, as I was saying, like I didn't like Daniel Bryan's finisher. I never liked the crippler crossface of Daniel Bryan. When he was heel, I was fine with it. But babyface,
yeah, the yes lock.
yeah. But the yes lock, no.
More like no.
Yeah, like the no lock, yes. The yes lock, no.
Yeah, the yes lock, no. The no, what?
Yeah, the yes lock, no. The no lock, yes. I mean, it's fairly simple. I don't know why anyone could get confused.
So wait, what was the no lock?
The no lock was...
Because I never got to see
that was
no Daniel Bryan.
That was still the crossface, but he just called it the no lock.
He did the same thing, but he just called it the no lock.
Yeah.
Oh, but you like the yes lock, just not the no lock.
No,
you like the no lock, not the yes lock.
Yes lock, yes. Because when it's the yes lock, it's face Daniel Bryan. And faces should...
I see, it all depends. Yeah, like you said, it's a heel move.
It's a heel move. It's a heel move. It belongs on a heel character. And besides, he had a great finisher with the flying knee. I mean, I could believe he could win matches against John Cena and Triple H with a flying knee, because he sold it, and it looks like if you get hit in the fucking head with a flying knee, you're down for the count. It's like the best part of a GTS without the stupid wind-up.
Yeah.
So, but that's just, that's just off on a tangent. But
yeah, but that's what this is all about. It's tangents. It's just all a bunch of tangents linked together.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Charlotte wins and regains the women's title belt. Okay, is this going to be like some seesaw booking between her and Sasha?
I'm actually now reading what you have on there. I've actually just kind of been looking at it, so I look like I have something to look at to focus on. But now I'm actually reading it, and I see what's next on the. Please, let's.
I forgot.
Let's do that. Let's do that item. What, I think I know what that was.
Before we move on from this match, there was one thing that I wrote down here.
So he just has written down right here, ass to ass. I was like, we weren't watching Requiem for a Dream.
No, but like there was a spot.
Maybe
there was
certainly a Requiem for some dream.
There was a spot in the match where I believe it was on the post where both women were basically sitting with their back to back.
It required both of them to like simultaneously just like they're facing each other on their pulled and just kind of like, let's do this. Like they're posing for Charlie's Angels or something. It's just like, what are you guys doing?
I think that was the wind up for the Razor's Edge. That would have made sense.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
The wind up for the Razor's Edge looked like they were doing something for some gentlemen who paid for their time. I like to believe that if I'm paying some women to ass fuck themselves with a double-ended dildo, that I would be a gentleman about it. Madam, it seems like you're crying. Here, have an extra 20. Oh.
Yes, we are great.
We are. So the next match, most surprising match on the card. I had no inkling that this match was going to be good because it's The Miz. How can it be good? But it's The Miz and Apollo Crews, and I was feeling like, okay, Apollo Crews is too boring for him to hold the title right now. But The Miz, I don't know, like he's not like The Miz did what he could with the belt. He made that belt matter, and I'll always credit him for that. But I just don't feel like he could do much more with it. So he needs the right person to win it off him. So Apollo Crews comes along, and I'm thinking, I suppose, like I could imagine worse. But I'm just feeling, well, no, they're probably not going to give it to him. But I don't know. I just don't want Maurice to come in again and just do what she always does and give him an out to win. But strangely enough, the match that they had was fairly enjoyable. It was quick paced, and no one looked bad. I was
really surprised.
I was surprised, and Maurice didn't really get involved in it at all. It was a clean win.
There was one spot where she attempts to get involved, but it doesn't really work. She doesn't really actually get involved.
But The Miz retains by virtue of the fact that he was better than.
Yeah.
Like, it was a clean win.
You know, it's really weird to see this giant athlete of a man, Apollo Crews, get beaten by people constantly who are smaller and wimpier than him in physical stature.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jericho. And I'm still amazed. Like, I know they're booking Jericho in a weird way. Like, he's still competent, but he's a joke also.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing they're doing with him. But Jericho ended Apollo Crews' winning streak in the WWE. And they didn't even mention that he did it. When it happened, when he ended, they kept every single match up to that. We're like, he can retain his winning streak. Will the next guy get him? Jericho does it to qualify for, what was it? Not King of not the King of the Ring, but the other thing.
Royal Rumble? No, that wasn't the Royal Rumble.
It was some qualifying thing. The point being, they ended his winning streak without even mentioning it happened. So, like, the decisions they make with that guy are really weird.
Yeah, it's, but like the talent is obviously there with him, especially in a very tasty spot where he had a pop-up backbreaker. That was, I've never seen that performed, and I want to see more of that out of him. But I do not want to see him with Bobby Lashley syndrome.
Yeah, what I was afraid of. The moment he stepped in the ring, I was like, oh my god, he looks like Bobby Lashley with a goatee and a smile. And I was like, okay, he has a smile. That's a lot more than Bobby Lashley could muster. Maybe we're okay.
It's like, yeah.
Kind of looks like a genie, actually.
Yeah, like, even though they obviously want him to be Apollo Creed, hence why they kept hammering the joke home. But the thing about Apollo Creed...
Apparently, they did the joke because somebody accidentally said it.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan accidentally
called him Apollo Creed. I guess it wasn't intentional. It was accident.
It was accident, and then they just ran it into the ground to make it look like it was intentional, but it wasn't. But, like, if... Obviously, the riff on the name, they want Apollo Crews to be like Apollo Creed. But the thing is, Apollo Creed was this boastful, like,
charismatic,
larger-than-life Uncle Sam parade float of a person.
Yeah, he was awesome. We fucking love Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews is just like, I mean, it's like, naming your son Achilles,
Yeah.
I mean...
But all right, can we settle the matter right now? Apollo Creed was the man who first invented going, "You!"
Oh, yes, before Hulk Hogan.
Before Hulk Hogan ever did it on television. 1977, Rocky just comes in out of nowhere, and he just lets his boxing gloves right at fucking Rocky and go, "You! You!"
I wonder, that guy, the actor...
Carl Weathers?
Yes. Carl Weathers must have done some kind of wrestling promo at some point.
He might have done something for the NWA, but those tapes have long been lost. Yeah. Or maybe some...
Too bad.
There's some Memphis promotion. I don't know.
He was perfect
for
God. Wrestling.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, like, he was lean and, like, mean in the Rocky movies, but in, like, Predator, next to Arnold Schwarzenegger, he looked huge.
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
He was so perfect. He missed a call. He missed a calling. He didn't miss his calling. He missed a calling.
He missed a calling. Like, Let's face it, if Mr. T could get involved with wrestling, if Arnold Schwarzenegger and RoboCop can get involved with wrestling, then so could have Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Just come on. Let's open the doors here. Let's open doors here. Last thing I wanted to mention about this match was the opening ring attire of both Maurice and The Miz being some of the most goddamn ridiculous. Like, it's been a while since I've seen a wrestling attire this outlandish. From Maurice's diamond-encrusted police, pillbox hat. I have no idea what that was about. And Miz's, like, I'm going to be the Phantom of the Opera, except I'm going to bedazzle it too.
It's their eyes wide shut gimmick. But they've done it before. So it worked when they did it the first time, I guess, so they kept doing it.
Yeah, but like the eyes wide shut masks are elegant porcelain masks.
I know, they're not bling blizz.
They're not bedazzled, rhinestone-laden, tacky. I mean,
well, they are now!
Like, is she...
Hey, this is the future.
The future of WWE, where women dress up with, like, policeman hats and, like I suppose This wasn't supposed to be a policeman's hat,
But
but
she
it
sure
was.
did take that thing off as soon as she could.
Oh yeah, like
She was only 5 feet out when she just like.
Look, let's get this fucking
And
tech
honestly,
thing off
she's got the best hair I've ever seen in the business.
Yeah.
Her hair is incredible. It's like a Flareon. It's just.
Beautiful volume and body. But here it is. What we've been waiting for. Probably the greatest match of the year. This coming right after the barn burner of a match that was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, one of the most masterfully told matches I've ever seen WWE. Was followed up the next month by one that was even better than that. This is better than John Cena versus CM Punk 2013, Money in the Bank 2011. Yeah. This is better.
Oh yeah.
This is better than, let's say, I tried to keep thinking of like other matches that had that same kind of.
Sami Zayn and Cesaro.
Sami Zayn's
best of 3.
Yeah,
better than that.
Better than that.
Yes.
Better than Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn.
Yes,
in
better
NXT.
than that.
Better than that. This match, AJ Styles versus John Cena.
Believe the hype.
This was a match where you couldn't predict it. You immediately saw that Little Nate was the referee, so you're thinking shenanigans. Thinking like the club is in.
Yeah.
The club is here. Is the club going to get involved? Or who like how is this going to end? And what happened was like
it's just like watching Snake Eyes. It's just like Nicolas Cage and Snake Eyes looking for all the signs. Like there's a setup here. What's going to happen? You guys see it.
But no, it was like the slow build up of like it started pretty tame where like they started grappling and then just push each other and like okay, all right, they're hyping up the crowd and the crowd was hotter than anything on the card.
They were just
they were
smoldering.
They were smoldering. They were so on AJ Styles' side.
Yeah.
They hated John Cena.
There was still a small portion that was, John Cena, but
they're like John Cena sucks.
Clear.
John Cena.
They pulled out the Kurt Angle thing with his theme song.
Yeah, you suck. You suck.
Yeah.
But so like it began with the slow build up of like okay, all right, and then like it kept building and building, and then all of a sudden it like went through all the facets of John Cena's career. It went from traditional grappling to submission holds to high flying moves. It was like this crescendo of like not moves throughout their career, but not only that, but just new moves that they each pulled out.
It was like a history of wrestling.
I know.
Done better.
I know.
Than it's ever been done in history.
Like the suplex on the apron. I mean, granted, the brainbuster on the apron was done better.
It's like the apron, the most dense, hard part of the ring.
Yeah,
I call that. There's just like pillows and springs and everything is the softest part. Nah.
Yeah, but when that suplex happened, on that's the moment where this match went from okay, hot crowd, how are we going to go for it went from that to this match is legendary. Like and then it built up even further with this amazing towering backdrop.
Yes.
Like AJ must have cleared 6.5 feet on that backdrop. It just came crashing down on the mat.
Yeah, like a plane almost hit him.
It looked like he was Buck Rogers going through time the way he flipped through the air like that. I didn't think he was going to come down. Oh. And of course, seeing their familiar moves start to be whipped out. When the Styles Clash got whipped out, I thought like, okay, all right, he's going to bury the Styles Clash because the Styles Clash is buried. I've never seen a match in WWE that AJ Styles was in where the Styles Clash actually won the match.
And considering how dangerous that move is to people who know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like
there's few things that are more dangerous than the Styles Clash here.
I mean, if we went
career.
Like if we went by like how many necks have been broken because of this move. Remember, don't tuck your chin. Look up. Give your chest enough clearance to take the hit.
Yeah.
Oh, worse. But like he kicked out, so that was no big deal. He kicked out of the AA, which was, all right. So
It happens.
it happens. No big whoop. Then all of a sudden, AJ Styles has John Cena on his shoulders. Like, what the fuck? And he turned it into a spin out power slam. Whew. He did like AJ Styles, not the biggest dude in the world, took John Cena, 300-pound John Cena, or like two.
Well, he did. I think it was the one they did into a backbreaker.
No, he didn't do that into a backbreaker.
Oh, that was earlier. Or later.
That was later. That was later. This was just this was like a spin out power slam. Like yeah, like fireman carry, spin out,
yeah. That was incredible to do to John Cena.
Yes,
you're smaller man.
Mm-hmm. Then of course he upped himself again by what we thought was AJ Styles.
We thought was a mimic.
He was doing the AA. AJ Styles was doing the AA, but it was a modified AA.
Well, the thing is, the angle caught it, so you didn't see the part where he landed on his knee, so it looked like it was the AA.
But no,
but it was actually something that he got from Japan.
Yeah, like AJ Styles just flipped him over. Looked like he was going to be like an AA, but it looks like. But if you saw from the correct camera angle, he was dropping John Cena on his neck, on his knee.
Mm-hmm. And there's a name for it too. A Japanese name. I just don't remember.
Yeah, like they called it a modified AA, which.
But there is a.
It's like, and then like still kicks out of that.
Yeah.
So AJ Styles whips out the atomic face buster. It was an atomic drop into a face buster, and that like.
They busted out so many amazing grappling moves, and I don't know. I mean, I think I'm not alone when I say that I like a lot of grappling in my matches because that's kind of the foundation of wrestling. It's what makes it. It's what ties everything together is the grappling.
Of course, and
you can't have a match you can't even have a submission match that has no grappling moves in it. You've got to have some good grappling. Somebody's got to lift somebody at some point,
And like. Steve Blackman.
Steve Black looking at you, Steve Blackman.
I didn't want to bury him. I didn't want to bury him because he was a weapon master and he had his niche.
He draped the kendo stick.
He had his niche and that was fine. But Steve Blackman. There's a reason why you're not with the WWE anymore. But then the high flying moves. The high flying moves got whipped out after like a 5-minute session of them just trading submission holds from the calf crusher.
Yeah.
Like STF reversed into a calf crusher, reversed back into an STF, then reversed back into a crippler crossface.
These guys know how to sell. They sell.
Yes.
They sell hard.
Hard.
Those submissions look painful as fuck.
Oh yeah. And then like John Cena then takes to the ropes, which I rarely see him these days, to deliver a near famouser from all the way from halfway across the ring.
Yeah, he does a standing or a leg drop to the head.
Like I said, it's like a famouser, like a flying famouser.
Yeah, kind of like a famouser.
Yeah, for lack of a better term for it. Right off the top rope, and even that doesn't put down AJ Styles. So he goes for the super AA, the elevated AA,
and he still kicks. He kicks out of the super AA. Oh my god!
This is some of the most closest near falls of the night.
Oh yeah, and these were like 2.89, 2.90 counts.
Yeah, like just fractions away from like when he landed the super
Nakamura levels of kicking out.
Yeah, like super when the super AA was landed, I'm thinking like, okay, well, yeah, at least that was a good match. And they're like, oh my god, he kicked out! And our surprise was shared by John Cena, like at the end of the corner, and you're like, is this the end? This is great. Like,
you see, you have to understand that we're just naming off moves here, we're not doing them. You have to understand this was just one after another. It was a gauntlet of these moves. It was just a showcasing. And it was the best orchestration of the moves that you could imagine. Some of the best ones that may have ever been done. Like that frickin' backdrop. It's just... Some of the scale of these moves were incredible. This is one of the matches where you just have to watch it. Because there's no thing that we can say that defines it the way that you see it. You just have to watch it.
Yeah.
And you won't regret it. If there's one match in this whole pay-per-view to watch, this is it. Just skip everything else and watch this.
This was and We're still not done. Right after that bewilderment, AJ goes back to another Styles clash, but then gets back up to deliver a second phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. Clean win. AJ Styles beats John Cena in a clean win. And AJ might as well have been airlifted out of the ring by how much he was on, he was levitating from the crowd. They destroyed their throats for him. 15,000 people and just cheering the fuck out of AJ Styles, unbeknownst to the crowd that this might be one of John Cena's last matches.
Yeah.
John Cena, camera lingers on John Cena, and he takes off his armband that says "Never Give Up," and he just gives a soft kiss and leaves it in the ring, and walks away. Is John Cena retiring?
That's exactly what.
That's
what we're wondering right now. Is
this was the same kind of treatment Undertaker got after the streak ended.
Except that they cheered for him.
Except they cheered for him because
for the Undertaker,
and that was brilliant in WWE. If John Cena's retiring,
he didn't get cheered. I don't think John, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But he didn't get. This was not an Undertaker.
No.
ovation.
But here's the thing. Everyone in the audience knew what just happened when Undertaker lost. People in the audience still don't know that maybe that was one of the last matches John Cena will ever rep.
I think that they were starting to pick up on that though when he left his armband in the ring. I mean, I don't even know if the announcers were told that he was going to do that or not.
Yeah.
Because it really looked serious. I mean, it was serious.
Yes, it was serious. He did the job.
Yeah.
I mean, both men look like $1 million coming out of that match. And as far as I'm concerned, AJ has just been catapulted to the top stratosphere.
And I mean, yeah. And when John Cena removes the Never Give Up armband and leaves it in the ring, I don't think he's ever done that.
No.
That's basically like saying he's given up.
But he gives it a kiss too, so it just feels that's why you need to see SmackDown.
Yeah.
You need to know why did he do that? Is he retiring? That's what aside from the story being told in the match, it's the aftermath of it that's also great. If everyone knew in that arena that this was John Cena was thinking of retiring and this is going to be one of his last matches or whatever, and then everyone would be well, we guess we kind of have to cheer John Cena, blah, blah, blah.
And I think John Cena, being the great guy he is, didn't want to do that. It's not his... It's not
he wanted it to be AJ's moment.
Yeah, it's not his design that he wins every match, I don't think. It's just that's John Cena, that's the character as it is written and booked. That's the history, it's just how it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. But... God, this just really makes me appreciate John Cena more and more.
Yeah.
He really is a great guy. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, but all sources point to him being just the absolute nicest guy. So
much so that he wouldn't want to take attention away from AJ Styles in his last match if this is this is so.
Uh-huh. So maybe I don't know if this is the beginning of the end, maybe this is him realizing that maybe my time is up.
Yeah.
My time is up.
My time is up. Your time. That was sure as hell the look that was on his face in that ring.
Yeah.
I mean, when they pause on his face, just staring at AJ Styles like he's found the chosen one for a straight 35 seconds.
It's just I can't beat you. I can't beat you. That was great storytelling in that match. I didn't think it would get any better in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the storytelling in that match, which was, we compared it to Shakespeare. We compared it to, of all things, we compared it to Shakespeare. We compared it to Claudio Lanus. No, was Claudio Lanus? No, Coriolanus. Sorry, Coriolanus. But this is even
it
more...
was still It was still kind of Shakespearean. It was just a different story.
Yeah, it's just it's more tragic. A hero fails.
And I like to see them getting more dramatic and Shakespearean in their storytelling, in their just in visual acting.
Yeah.
Instead of just, throwing a bunch of CG...
CG wrestling.
That's not where I was going with this.
Oh man, wrestling is just so fake now. I mean, you could tell the dragon is.
Let me finish, motherfucker.
Remember...
Instead of I was gonna take a shot at those stupid ivory Greek statues, those CG statues they use for was it Battleground?
No, it was Royal Rumble.
Or no, Royal Rumble, where they
yeah.
I was gonna say don't use yeah. God, you just took that. It's getting less gimmicky. It's getting more honest.
Yeah, there is an honesty to that situation. I mean, granted, you can't bank on a wrestler nearing the end of his career every single year, which, actually, considering how many geezers they got on the card, that could very well be the case. Like, you're going to retire next year, and then you're going to retire the year after that.
Look under your chairs. You're going to retire. You're going to retire. Yeah.
I mean, John Cena could certainly still go in the ring. I mean, that's not like an issue, but...
clearly.
But, at a certain point, you have to realize there's nowhere left for me to go here.
Yeah, where do I go from here?
15-time world champion. I mean, it got to the point that even JBL, his one-time nemesis back in 2005 and 4 on SmackDown, even JBL said, like, that's the greatest of all time right there.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wow, they're really hyping, like, his possible retirement. Although, to be fair, in 2010, they also did that angle where John Cena is forced to retire, and then he just kind of comes back. But then, that was 2010. This is over 6 years later, and 6 years to Superman may maybe only be like a drop in the bucket, but
John Cena is immortal.
Is amortal, not immortal. But
I said amortal.
Either way, notwithstanding, match of the year right now. I wish this didn't come off the heels of. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because I could still go back to that match and be thoroughly entertained. But to see like 2 5-star matches within a month of each other on WWE makes me very proud.
Yes.
I'm proud of WWE. That was so the wrong term to use. I feel like
it makes you it makes you proud of WWE. It does.
I mean, that's sort of like backhanded, saying like you've actually made good wrestling in your wrestling company, but
they're making good decisions. They have good wrestling. They're making good decisions now.
Yes, the booking is.
Yes,
they're like in a spot.
There's always been good wrestling. It just may not have been prevalent
or properly booked, or the talent is there. Use the talent, and this
right now is like a renaissance.
Oh God. Ugh. Can't sing the praises of this match any higher than we already have. Man, God, I've never had a moment in wrestling where I watched it and I was so in tune with the crowd. I mean, I wasn't going to hate John Cena. No. I wasn't going to be like Cena sucks or nothing like that. But I was firmly on AJ Styles' side.
Absolutely. I
mean, even Money in the Bank 2011, I'm not a CM Punk guy at all. I actually wanted Cena to win. Yeah. But. That's not, my opinion wasn't shared by a lot of people especially on the internet, but God, this was just, everyone won in this match. Even Cena won in a certain way. Yeah. Great.
Well said.
Yeah. I mean, to say that the pay-per-view went downhill from there is just kind of inevitable. Yeah. It was sort of like in WrestleMania 25
but it sure did go down interesting.
Yeah. I mean, after an Apex like that, the crowd was just fucking, destroyed. They just wanted a nap after that. It was sort of like in WrestleMania 25, right after the Shawn Michaels-Undertaker fight. Yeah. And everyone was just down and out, and they couldn't cheer even if they wanted to.
They needed to have rock stars provided for everyone in that theater.
Or a throat lozenge. Get your voice back.
You're like, why are you guys giving out free rock stars at this event? Just hang on.
You're going to need it.
Don't drink it yet.
Just wait for a moment. Yeah. But to say that it went downhill from there was just sort of a given. You can't go up any higher than that, especially on the same night. So, all right, the fact that the rest of the night was kind of but that's just a testament to how high that part was. Yeah. But when it went downhill in the most bug nutty way possible.
Yeah. You would think after a match like that, it can't...
Like,
Can't be that.
okay. All right. Thank you, Guy. But as I said, the next match was the tag team match. Excuse me, between the New Day and Gallows and Anderson. Here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that after AJ won, I thought that the club was going to go for a clean sweep. Because that just books itself.
I went for a pee break.
I thought it was going to be a clean sweep. And even though they were doing this angle where Gallows and Anderson broke Big E's balls, I felt like...
that got old.
That got old really quickly. But what didn't get old was them walking out to the ring holding a jar of Big E's balls and holding it like Paul Bearer used to hold the urn. Yes, controls the Undertaker. Big E's balls controls the New Day.
Big E's balls controls the New Day. So why didn't they just have control over the New Day when they had them? They didn't know.
I guess
Didn't know.
I guess not. And then like Jon Stewart's involvement. All right, it was lame, but it was lame in the best way possible, because Jon Stewart knows what makes a chicken shit heel work. He knows it, and he could play it to a perfect T. So when Gallows and Anderson corner him because apparently Jon Stewart was going to be the third member of the New Day with Big E, out for the count. I don't know what the hell he was going to do. Was he going to be like fucking Jimmy Hart and try to do the whole, like, provide a distraction so that the New Day could capitalize? I had no idea what was going to happen, but the match started out weird, got to some pretty interesting places for a match, and then it just kind of quickly devolved into like this, into comedy, which, if you're going to follow Cena Styles, might as well go for a comedy match, because there's no way, like, if you're trying to play it sincere, there's just no way you can. It's like, well, that wasn't as good as that. And then you have something that wasn't even trying to be like a legitimate good match. It was trying to be a funny match. And then you could say, well, okay, it's something different. I don't have to feel like I have to destroy my throat whenever they're doing good. But I wish it was funnier, but I wish it was better than it was what it was trying to be. In that I wish they actually...
I didn't have a lot of stakes.
I
just kind of... I knew it was going to be.
Yeah. I mean, that isn't to say, like, there weren't spots in the match that I appreciated from an athletic point of view. Like, Xavier Woods finally getting some time to show off what he could do in the ring. Did a nice spot where, he tightrope walked on the ropes to deliver, like, a halfway flying elbow half across the ring. That was a tasty little treat right there.
I guess I just haven't really enjoyed the feud between the New Day and Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, it took this weird...
It just hasn't been very, I don't know,
yeah, like,
not very eventful, not very memorable, just kind of...
It's just kind of, yeah. Although what was memorable was Big E coming in to save the day, causing a DQ, which meant, New Day retains their titles. So Big E comes in to save Jon Stewart's balls. He goes over to a table with his balls where his balls were in a jar, and he just downs the jar and spits it out. Did you...
Triple H spits, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you just drank from formaldehyde and ball fluid?
Yeah, formaldehyde causes blindness. You do know that, right?
I mean, obviously it wasn't formaldehyde.
Obviously not. There was
probably apple juice.
Or, like, pickle water or something. But, like, ugh.
But it sure looked nasty.
Oh, God, it was nasty. I think, what was it, Corey Graves, who just kind of snidely said... Is no one going to mention the fact that Big E just chugged formaldehyde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey Graves, a good announcer.
Yeah.
But you'll never see that man in a suit and a tie.
No, never.
Never.
Never. Although, the last thing I want to mention about this, Gallows and Anderson bringing out a series of jars for future balls to be collected.
Oh, yeah. So it was Big E's was the biggest.
Yeah, of course.
Which I thought was... I mean, if they wanted to be funny, they could have made his the smallest, but he had the biggest, and then it was Kofi Kingston, and then Xavier Woods, and then Jon Stewart.
It was this tiny little, like, pea sample cup.
Yeah.
And I just...
like a baby food.
like a baby food jar, but... I just said to Gabe, it's like, they should, like, take a camera out back and point it to, like, a gigantic fucking above-ground pool, and it just says Stephanie on it.
It's like the Cocoon pool with giant
I mean,
Why not?
Stephanie McMahon is a lovely woman with a loving husband and a great, beautiful family. I have no idea why I believe that she has gigantic Fuda balls, but this mind has been warped irrevocably by a lifetime of watching hentai. Watching hentai. I wasn't going to say hentai, but
I did it for you.
it's not like it's wrong. Gigantic, massive Fuda balls. Like when she tries to sit down, it looks like she's sitting on two duffel bags.
That's why you never see her sitting down. Oh.
Oh. No, they had to edit out the part where she took that elevated DDT from Randy Orton because she accidentally hit her own balls and she bounced back up.
Okay, we.
Hashtag Stephanie McMahon has huge Fuda balls.
I'm sure you're gonna start something. Where are we?
Very unruly Twitter handle, but I believe we can make it work. Let's get this trending.
She certainly does.
Yeah. Now we're going to get into the weird territory of the night with, of all things, Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. This comes on before the United States title. This comes on before the Universal title. This comes on before the Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton fight. This comes on before the useless and meaningless women's tag team fight.
So it was like 5 tiers down on the card. The WWE title match was like a mid-card. Technically, it was a mid-card.
Yeah. Technically, it was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is on the mid card.
What the fuck?
What? And if that wasn't surreal enough, Dean Ambrose has a heel turn somewhere in the fight. Is a heel now.
I mean, not that Dean Ambrose isn't like,
he was a tweener.
tweener.
He was a tweener,
so...
but he was a pretty... Like, he was a face in that he kept fighting against the out-and-out heel Seth Rollins and the guy nobody wants to cheer, Roman Reigns. So he just became the de facto face.
But he took a full tilt pretty much.
He did all the heel things. Like, he had submission holds, he cinched in a half crab.
Made fun of the
Dolph
sweet
Ziggler.
chin.
Made fun of Dolph Ziggler, made fun of everything, and he was booed by the crowd.
Yeah.
I guess because, this smarmy New York crowd...
I'm going to try to keep my late... What was it? That late promo. I'm going to try to keep that out of my mind as we speak about Ziggler.
Mm-hmm. Because, even though, that was the best promo Ziggler has ever done...
This match, I have to look at it objectively for what it was. So,
yeah.
I really don't like that guy.
You don't?
I don't like Ziggler. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think he sells very well. I think that that's the one thing he got from HBK that he did right. He sells like an octopus.
Dean Ambrose can't sell versus Ziggler can only sell.
Yeah. But Ziggler, I say it over and over again. Find yourself, find your own gimmick. Stop copying other people. Stop copying Mr. Gunn, the one Billy Gunn. Stop copying HBK. I'm tired of saying it, man. Just do it.
I don't know. I think he has something.
But this is I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it. Keep it in. I'm reeling it in for this match. I did not. It was same old Ziggler.
Same old Ziggler.
Except with a giant fucking botch.
Yeah, but I think that's on both men. I think it's mainly on Dean and for that botch, but not only, going back to this weird heel turn. Not only did fucking Dean do all these heel things, he also shakes the ref's hand.
That was, he is supposed to be crazy.
So
he's supposed to be on the on the alignment scale. He's supposed to be chaotic neutral, I guess.
I suppose.
Big Show being neutral.
Mm-hmm. just by the face. Like he
Yeah.
has like, what was it? He had two. He had two face turns to heel turn, like 2 turns in one night.
I want to do a Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Play with Big Show, making all the decisions.
Just all he does is just neutral option after neutral option.
He just swings everywhere. He can never stay focused. It's just like, I don't. This seems like a great idea right now, but like it would be worse than when I play. Like I am the divine right hand of the.
I am chosen by the divine.
Yeah, and then completely contradicting himself. I never said that. I am just a complete devout simpleton.
This is all circumstance, but going back, the match itself was pretty underwhelming. There was a bad botch for a very, very sloppy ending. At the end of the day, nothing was really accomplished. Dean Ambrose needed a win with the title to cement the title on him, and he got it. And Ziggler, did the job, did the job. But I don't know. Neither men looked good coming out of this fight, and I don't think that Ambrose should be an out and out heel. But his character was getting kind of stale.
Yeah.
But
heel is where he needs to be.
Yeah, but like if he's gonna turn heel, have him turn heel. Don't have like, all right, he's a tweener, and then all of a sudden, no, he's a fucking heel. Okay, that went weird. That feels like it wasted time, and it just completely got off. But there was a nice, hilarious facebuster performed on Ziggler. Like
that was a laugh out loud moment that hit the funny bone real hard.
Yeah, like it came off less like an actual legit wrestling move and more like a bit of Three Stooges pratfall comedy.
It was great.
It's like bam! It was
that momentum facebuster where you get the guy in mid swing and you catch him by the legs, you lift him up, and Dolph Ziggler, the great seller that he is. He goes full tilt. He doesn't just get face busted. Like, he face busts himself. He just goes, wham! Right into the ring. And you can hear the thud of his everything in his face hitting right into the fucking mat at full throttle.
Yeah.
And it is louder than a chop across,
like
a lathered chest.
Yeah.
It is just like, smack!
It's louder than a Ric Flair chop.
It's just like, God, what are you doing? Why did you choose to sell the face plant so hard? Do you hate your head?
And not only that, but during the fight, Dean Ambrose lost a tooth.
We're pretty sure it was Dean Ambrose.
We're pretty sure it was Dean Ambrose, and
it's like he's not the one who got face planted.
No, but like,
because I could have believed that Dolph Ziggler lost a few teeth in that one.
Yeah, but like there was towards the end of the fight, I forgot the spot, but like all of a sudden I saw like this white little thing that just drops into the ring,
and then Mick Foley.
Like yeah, and then the referee just kind of comes in and just picks whatever this thing is and puts it in his pocket and saying, "I think that was a goddamn tooth."
Yeah, I know that takes away some of the glory of losing a tooth during a match. I kind of like. Mick Foley with the grin and everything.
Yeah, like King of the Ring '98 when he's going.
If you're gonna lose a tooth during a match, let people know you did it. You deserve to.
But the thing is, I think it was a fake tooth. It was like a veneer.
It was probably just something that happens.
Yeah, so it happened, and like he can't really have like a bloody show for it, like So there was no blood coming out. It was just he just looked goofy.
But still, losing a tooth during a match is, that's big juju.
Yeah.
Like, you show people that you...
Like, if he was bleeding from his mouth...
then that'd be one thing.
Yeah, but he wasn't, so... Yeah, he just...
You need the evidence!
He just looked like a young prospector.
But he did, at the, at the end of the match, go... Like, put his tongue through the hole, I guess, or something, I couldn't really tell. But that's what makes us think it was him.
Yeah, but... I probably one of the worst.
The fact that we had to talk about a missing tooth for the entire match means the match probably wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was one of the worst title defense matches of the year. Pretty terrible. There was nothing really. It was more boring than anything else. It's just
All
boring
of
and
that
confused.
gusto from Ziggler
Yeah.
going into this, like this is going to be the biggest fucking match of his life.
And it probably was, but
Ooh.
yeah, that's.
I thought I was hating on Ziggler.
Yeah. I mean, not. Like you're in the shot for a world heavyweight title at SummerSlam, pretty high up there. Well, it's supposed to be high up there, but I don't know.
And the most memorable part of the match was Dean Ambrose making fun of the way you do Sweet Chin music,
and that you show off doing the whole fight.
And it turns out that your match was mid card.
Yep.
And that you did not win the title.
Yeah.
Boy, that's buried as fuck.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and then there was the botch.
Yeah, and then like the sloppy finish, and yeah, it was.
Moving on,
moving on, and the 12-man tag team was still worse.
Yeah,
it was still worse than this, but it was better than Naomi, Carmella, and Becky Lynch versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Bella. Can you believe it, guys? Nikki Bella is back.
I never got to see much of the Bellas.
You're not missing much.
I figured.
Like terrible storytelling between her and her sister.
She's got the. This is their thing. More new for me. Apparently, they have she has like a sexy foot. They both do, I guess, have a sexy football kind of gimmick.
Yeah.
Where they wear like the eyeshadow and the jersey shirt with the number.
Yeah, it's
the short shorts.
Like I said, I
don't know. It's really run of the mill as far as women's matches go.
Yeah, it's. I mean, not to say that this match didn't have its moments, especially with Naomi proving herself to be one of the better.
I fucking love Naomi.
Yeah,
I keep saying that she was the Beyonce of the Team Bad, not Sasha Banks.
But the problem with Naomi, and this was illustrated in this match perfectly, was one of the announcers said, like, Naomi may be one of the most athletic wrestlers working for the company, male or female. Right as he says that, buries her dumper right in Natalya's face. Right on the turnbuckle.
Does that thing where she wiggles her butt in your face for...
Mm-hmm. Stink facing.
One of the most athletic, amazing. Oh fuck!
She is
legitimately, incredibly. She's
incredibly
doing the stink face right now as I say that, isn't she?
Incredibly gifted athlete, capable of just
great in-ring presence.
Mm-hmm. Does the dumbest, stupidest, most backwards ass shit in the ring.
Certainly a very in-ring presence.
Yeah. Ah, God.
Naomi, why do you have to have such dumb moveset?
Not even
I mean, some of her moves are awesome, but like then she rubs her butt in your face and she does that kick thing, like actually it's kind of cool, I guess, but the Tekken kick, like
yeah, like that's dumb.
It's dumb. I mean, it takes great core strength to do it and balance, but it's dumb because it doesn't come off looking the way it does in a Tekken game. In real life, that kick looks kind of stupid.
Like I said, like it takes a lot of talent, a lot of dedication, and hard work to make yourself look as stupid as fucking Naomi.
As Naomi does.
Yeah, so I'll never be able to take that away from her. But
yeah, she's got she looks amazing. She's got an amazing figure. She's incredibly competent in the ring. Why didn't she get to be where Sasha Banks is?
Because she didn't get the hype. She wasn't on board the hype train during the NXT years. But
Snoop Dogg, my friend, that's why. Snoop Dogg.
But aside from some brilliance with Naomi, including a pin where she does the splits right on your
the split-legged axe kick thing.
Yes, where she does the splits and pinned. I believe it was Natalya. Yeah, it might have been Natalya, where she pinned Natalya using one of her legs that she splits. That was nice, as well as the intro where they played Ava Marie's music. It's like Ava Marie.
Oh yeah, Alicia Fox does that same move, by the way.
Oh,
Really well as well. Yeah, so her only those two, as far as I've seen. And yeah, Eva Marie, the most enchanting, beguiling, continuously charismatic. She is not able to compete tonight because she is. What was it? Because she has taken it.
because the
The
fans
heat
have
from fans has really gotten to her.
she's taking a vacation in the British Isles. That is. Can you? That woman. I could not even imagine how much heat Roman Reigns got during his heyday, but this is like.
But you see,
This is like putting a target on fucking Ava Marie and WWE saying, "We dare you." We fucking dare you to hate her.
They may as well make that a part of her outfit. But seriously, though, this is the thing: is the audience knows that they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
With Roman Reigns, they knew they weren't supposed to, and that's what made it all the more sweet to hate.
Yeah, but like, this is the WWE playing with what they have with Ava Marie, and I loved hearing this interview with Bailey when on some radio. I forgot the radio program was talking with her, and she's
Radio.
Yeah. Excuse me. Some radio DJ was talking with Bailey, and he asked very plainly, so what's the challenges with working with Ava Marie in the ring?
It's like, why are you asking me a stupid question like that?
And Bailey, to her consummate professionalism, just said simply, like, well, I have compared it to working with Asuka. In that, with Asuka, it's difficult because you have to play to her level. You have to play to her level, and then she challenges you, so she challenges you, and you challenge her, so it's a back and forth. With Ava, you challenge yourself to, she didn't say it in such a way, but to carry her through. She took it as a challenge instead of like as a personal insult that she has to like share the ring with such a novice.
I think I remember that. Did we both see that at the same time?
No, I saw it myself.
I think I remember that.
Or you might have seen something similar, but
I think that she may have. I think I've heard that same question be asked.
Like maybe she's just heard that question enough and she just created a form answer.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Anything else? There was a nice bit with Alexa Bliss where she basically dive bombed a woman's ribs with her knees, and
that's nothing new for her.
It's nothing new for her.
That's her finisher, basically.
Except she didn't win with that.
But she's also not being booked well.
Yeah.
That's not her fault.
Although, the shit stain of the match.
But yeah, Alexa Bliss and Naomi are the two stars in that match. I love those two. I want to see them go really fucking far. Alexa Bliss already is from NXT. Shit stain.
The shit stain of the match. Becky Lynch
throws... Not the one that was left on Natalia's face.
Yeah. Becky Lynch throws the heel women into the corner, then just does a bunch of springboard kicks into the face after she lined them up like circus seals.
So another moment like that where I was just talking about Becky Lynch. I was saying I really love her new outfit, what she's doing with it. It looks like, Cry for Dawn's kind of the singlet with the pants or the leotard or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was saying she's really come a long way in the ring.
And then she does.
And then she gets them all piled up, three in the turnbuckle, and she runs up and she sees them all piled up there, and she looks to the audience like, "What should I do?"
And then
she jumps up onto the ropes and she just goes, boop. One of them falls off, boop, and the last one, boop.
She boop kicks like. She boop kicked them.
I try so hard to...
Why did you have to do that right after I just said that?
We want to get behind you. We really do. I do want to get behind her, but I want to support her. I really want to... But yeah.
That shit sucked. It was hysterically bad. Now, this is the kind of shitty wrestling I can enjoy watching because that's.
She just keeps getting so close.
one step forward and 2 steps back. Actually, no. Like, that's 1 step forward and
She
1
just
step
keeps
back.
teetering. She just keeps teetering. I really want to get behind her, but, you know,
Yeah.
keep the outfit you got. That's awesome.
That's...
Almost reminiscent of Lita's whale tail.
But, yeah, the heels won. Who gives a shit? Nothing was on.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Now, what may be the nadir of the night? What very well may be the worst moment of the night? The reveal of the Universal Championship. Can you guess what it is? It's just the regular heavyweight championship belt, except the strap is now red. Red like licorice. And it's the worst looking fucking belt. And everyone hated it.
Looks like a fruit roll-up.
As I so charitably described. And that belt looks like someone lost their gold tooth in the wad of big red chewing gum. This match to decide the first Universal Champion
Is worse than the Divas belt.
It's worse than the... No, let's make it clear. The women's title belt looks great. We're talking about the Diva...
I'm talking about that purple butterfly monstrosity.
At least that had color... That had...
It had color coordination.
Yeah.
It was, you know, the message was terrible that women are not to be taken seriously, and they're just, you know, these butterflies and flowers and shit. But
infantilizing, yeah.
But I mean, on a level, it was all right.
Yeah, but...
like it's something you would give to like your daughter.
Yeah,
and if she's in the shopping in the girls section.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if like at the very least that looked like somebody spent time designing.
Yeah.
The spinner belt, which I maintain was worse than the Divas belt, looks like
the interactive belt.
Yeah, like the you know, the John Cena, like that's
well have like a fucking soundtrack built into it that you press the button to try me button.
Yeah, and then it plays John Cena's music, and it spins like a Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Hustle, loyalty, integrity. Hustle.
That belt, as chintzy and as ugly designed as it was, you have to, at the very least, it didn't look like that had to be purposefully created. This belt is just the same WWE logo, same exact fucking title front, just given a red strap, so that way it has no color theory going behind it. It looks ugly, and it's the worst shade of red you could possibly imagine. It's the worst.
It's like an almost pinkish red.
It looked like licorice. It looked like red vine licorice.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean it's almost like taking the new woman's belt and then just taking the red and just going
crazy.
Like the woman's belt is really, I actually think it's pretty good. I mean, some people say that the ruby's a little bit much, but I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I kind of like it. I think it's, I mean, especially where it came from.
It's a wrestling belt. I mean, you can allow it
Yeah.
for it to be ostentatious.
Yeah, and I can totally see it on a guy just as easily as a woman. So
Yeah.
that's what makes it great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not purposefully built to be a feminine belt.
Yeah.
It's just a belt that looks good, has a big old ruby, and it just happens to be the women's title. And the men's belt is the exact same.
Like don't get it anywhere near Abu, or the giant statue will start coming to life. But
But the men's belt is just the same logo, just black. You know, with a black background and black leather and black background instead of ruby.
Simplicity is good. And actually, this was kind of like simplicity gone bad, I guess.
Yeah, like
it
this
is simply bad.
This is laziness.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why you don't want to change your WWE logo, because even though the brand split, you're still a part of the WWE. So you want to keep that logo, but just changing the leather strap to red?
It's like, is this going to Eva Marie? Because it is red everything.
Yeah, this... by the way, Eva Marie, I hate the fact that you're a local girl. She's from Concord, California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bailey's from San Jose. So
why couldn't we have had Bailey?
Well, we could have Bailey, but we're technically speaking, Concord's closer to us than San Jose is. So, like, she's from Walnut Creek, and Walnut Creek's only like 60, 70 miles away from here, and San Jose's like 90. So
So we got Bailey. I mean, Bailey.
well, we could claim we have more ownership of we own Bailey.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
Ooh.
Cut that and just
No.
I didn't say cut. I mean cut and paste.
We own Bailey. We own Bailey. We own Bailey. We claim ownership of Bailey. Yeah, but
Leverage.
we get both. We get both of them. Like we're collecting Pokemon or something.
Yeah.
But we could claim hometown status with both women.
It's like so on one hand we got Ava Marie, and the other hand we got fucking Bailey. I'll take it. I mean, I don't even hate Ava Marie.
No. I mean, I hate her as a wrestler.
Sure, as a wrestler, because I don't want to see her retire anybody. But
but
I love what they're doing with her. The troll gimmick is awesome, and you know what? Yeah, she's easy to look at.
Yeah, so at the very least, there's something. She has something, and she's got nuclear heat, and the right kind of nuclear heat. So that she has that going for her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they don't just go ahead, make her a manager, stick her with somebody. I mean, Maurice is great as a manager.
Yeah. But that belt, fuck that just laziest belt I've ever seen in my life. That laziest wrestling belt.
Yeah.
That orange title belt that Taz had for a while was better than that, because at least it looked like it was purpose built for it to be a title. But this is just like lazy slapdash designs. Like, I need this we need that WWE logo, but it needs to look different from the other one. Just make the strap red because Raw is red.
I thought that it was going to. I thought, okay, when we see it next to Finn Balor, it's going to look good because he's a demon, right? And well, I guess we just kind of said how the match went. Yeah,
the match. Both Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are fighting to be the first person to hold this god-awful ugly belt. And the crowd just could not care to
They didn't give a shit about the match, but every single time that belt was on the Titantron, and I mean not just the whole belt, like if this much of the belt was showing on the screen, they were full blast booing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Roman Reigns kind of heat.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, they hate that belt as much as we do.
Yeah.
More than we do, I think.
I can't imagine how much more.
I mean, it's good to know it's not just us. Glitch in the Matrix?
Oh. But this belt...
it's a heat magnet.
It's an absolute heat magnet.
And whoever wears it, and they're aware of this immediately, that whoever wins the belt, and of course they know who's going to get the belt, but I almost felt like they were going to go into a shoot to like, no, you wear it! No, you wear the belt!
Like maybe if Seth Rollins wore the belt, it would be great for him as a heel because nobody really wants to boo him.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was going to win. I was like, okay, they're going to give this dastardly, terrible belt to a person who honestly, he's such a cool villain though that I felt like, okay, people they're not really booing him yet. No. They like him because he's cool. He's a cool villain.
Well, he's not really cool because he does the chicken shit thing too many times.
Except he's cool. He's awesome. And the thing is that he's almost like Kylo Ren kind of cool. Like I don't like Kylo Ren. I thought it was a kind of stupid character. But the general consensus is that Kylo Ren's like this kind of, he is kind of chicken shitted, but he is cool. He's women love him.
Well, he's cute.
Yeah, and that's what Seth Rollins is. And I figured, okay, he needs that little extra push to make up for what a babyface kind of villain he is almost.
Yeah,
and they're like, let's give him this fugly ass belt.
No.
And I was thinking, if they designed a belt to make people immediately like the American flag thing, like we designed it so that people cannot shit when they see the colors. They made this belt so that people immediately just see red. It triggers something in our primal instincts and it just makes us angry. And I was like, whoever designed this is a genius.
But no,
But they didn't do that. They didn't give it to Seth Rollins. They gave it to Finn Balor. Why?
To bury Finn Balor.
But they've been pushing him hard.
They pushed him hard and now they buried him. Holy crap! How is it putting a belt on somebody means burying them?
I mean, calling him the Demon King was a bit much, but this is taking it too far.
Oh god.
The Demon was fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's already the Demon King. Now you're calling this guy the Demon King. It's very similar. Don't put the two guys in a match, or people are just not going to know who the hell you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The Demon King putting the Demon King in a DDT. But yeah, this belt. Okay, so when he won the match, he didn't even raise the belt. He didn't even raise the belt.
He did it once, before the Fade to Black. He did it once.
Before the Fade to Black, he did this.
And you also realized how.
But when he goes up on the turnbuckle, hold on a moment. When he gets onto the turnbuckle, he holds the belt down. And then we're like, don't raise the belt. Don't raise the fucking belt. You don't want to do that. And like he hears us, he doesn't do it. Instead, he just goes like this. Which you can see is he's just pointing up instead of raising the belt. And you never see that when somebody wins a belt. Especially when that belt is a new belt. It's the first time it's ever been awarded to someone. That's like historic. Yeah. You hold the new belt because you want to present the new belt.
Yeah, and said like you are.
He knows that. He's not an idiot. When he doesn't raise the belt and he lowers it down here, he is saying that he doesn't fucking like your ugly ass belt.
No one liked it. I think WWE knew that they made a fugly ass belt because, you know how they made such a big to do of the new belt for the women's.
Yeah.
They had Lita present it. Here it was just kind of put up on the side of the ring.
Yeah.
And like as soon as the camera looked at it, it's like
the camera, as soon as it got the belt into view, started it's like, oh, that no, not that.
Like nope. God, maybe.
Speaking of the camera work in that match, that was bad camera work.
Oh yeah.
Finn Balor going into the match when they put off the smoke.
Oh yeah.
The camera was a little too far to the right, so you got to see Finn Balor just kind of hanging out, doing what he does when he's obscured.
Waiting for his music to kick in.
Waiting
for his music to kick in.
This is like, there's Finn Balor just kind of. You guys are too much. And this is the kind of terrible that was fun to watch. Yeah. As bad as it was hysterical.
Move to the left. The worst, but no, the match itself was fairly benign. It wasn't all that great. There wasn't anything memorable except for a spot where it looked like Finn Balor did the curb stomp. An elevated curb stomp, too.
Yeah, illegal move.
An illegal move. Like, it's even worse than when a fucking...
Pile driver?
No, it's worse than when Seth Rollins used to do it, where he was just, get you... He would just do the on the ground. Like, he wouldn't do it off the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
But that's what he did. Like, it looked like he was just doing a coup de grace, like he was like his finisher, but instead he just landed on the back of Seth Rollins' neck like he would if he was performing a curb stomp. Except it was even worse. It was a super curb stomp.
If you give Finn Balor the Styles Clash, he is like the equivalent of a poltergeist in like a kitchen full of knives. Yeah. The guy's moveset is so lethal.
Oh, yeah, this match, like, I made the argument that the one for the WWE World Heavyweight belt, the worst heavyweight, the worst title defense of the night. I'm having a tough time saying this is better, because at the very least they're fighting over a belt that was worth it. Look, here's it. The one for the WWE World Heavyweight title was a worse wrestling match, but this was booked and presented worse. I mean, like, botches in here, weird heel turns, just no real grapple of what's going on or why, versus for the Universal title, which was just like an okay wrestling match for the worst belt, impossible worst belt in WWE history. Possibly the worst. There might be one or two that look even fugglier, but for a build-up that's supposed to be your top-tier heavyweight title of your company, I can't. It just looks awful, just unforgivably awful. Now, and I mean, like if push comes to shove, I think this might be the worst. But at least it was. No. The 3-on-3 tag team women's match was worse because that had no stakes and that wasn't interesting in the slightest, except for a few spots here and there. This at least had the heat of the belt.
Yeah, it was certainly memorable.
We're
We're always gonna remember the day this belt was born.
We can't even remember the match. It was so fucking awful.
Yeah,
that belt. Oof.
It was really, but as hysterical as that was, god damn it, that was Finn Balor's pay-per-view debut, which honestly should have been his actual debut on SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
But so I just feel so bad for him.
And now he has to look around that ugly ass belt. Now he
Maybe
knows
the demon will corrupt the belt, like you can do that. But
like I think that belt's gonna corrupt him.
he's the demon, and he's just. I know. I'm hoping that maybe the demon tentacles or something will wrap around the belt and turn it into something. It's not going to happen, is it? Though.
No,
it's not going to happen.
It's just not. However, what is the stupidest, most gobsmackingly bullshit thing to happen on a pay-per-view in a good long while happened, where they shot a fake commercial for KFC where The Miz dressed like a chicken, cartoon chicken, and Dolph Ziggler as Colonel Sanders.
So this is why I was trying so hard to stay objective about the match. Because this happened later on. I was just done, doing my usual bitching at Ziggler. And then this happened. You guys, tell them.
Yeah,
Testify.
I'll testify. KFC obviously lobbied the WWE to make a fake commercial comparing a fake chicken restaurant to their superior chicken product. And The Miz coming out in the fucking chicken suit like he was not unlike Christian during the Credgley days.
Oh, yeah.
Not unlike, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have been the same chicken suit.
No. That chicken suit was way worse.
Yeah.
Hey,
as far as chicken suits go.
Yeah, hey, my chicken suit. Oh, what a line delivery from the one and only. From the one and only Kurt Angle.
It smells like Kevin Nash.
Kurt Angle, you mean?
No. Wait, did Kurt Angle wear it too?
The joke was that Kurt Angle trained in a chicken suit.
Oh, that's right.
And then Kurt Angle, comes into view. It's like, hey, my chicken suit. Those were the days. And apparently, Dolph Ziggler, dressed up like Colonel Sanders, interrupts the commercial on what looks like a taping of SmackDown, and just tells them what for is like, the people want a real chicken restaurant. And so they have a match. And you know what? Dolph Ziggler as Colonel Sanders
is a better fucking Ziggler than Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is HBK, basically. So now, I was just bitching. I was just doing my bitching about how he needs to find his own gimmick. And then this happens, and I'm just like...
Colonel Ziggler. He looks good as Colonel Ziggler.
I'm glad you were paying attention. This is a Ziggler I can get behind. I like this Ziggler. This is a new, invigorated Ziggler.
If Ziggler were Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Ziggler... I can't do it. I can't. And he sells it great. He sells it like he does, when he takes bumps.
Even The Miz sold being in a chicken suit.
Sweet Chin music as Colonel Ziggler was actually quite beautiful. It was phenomenal. Yeah. He was more confident doing that move than I've ever seen him before. And I'm really proud of him. I hope that he keeps the gimmick. I hope that that's going to continue.
You know what? It is so ridiculously stupid that I can't help but love it.
The thing is, he never cracks up at all.
He
sells it very well. He is a great seller. I'll say that. He is. I'm glad. I'm so glad for you because I never doubted your talent. Never.
But goddamn.
But you needed a gimmick. You needed something that was yours. I mean, yeah, I know it's not like his. I mean, it's not like he invented the Colonel.
Yeah, no.
Sure, he's portraying another person, but when we have Apollo Crews and stuff like that, they're obviously derivatives. Yes, Colonel Ziggler. Why not? I never would have dreamed.
Beautiful. So beautifully, tastelessly stupid.
There's no way he's gonna keep.
I know there's no way he's going to keep doing it, but you know what? At least we have the memories of when he was Colonel Ziggler.
You see, now that now you're just showing us the potential you have, which is just going to make me even more upset.
Let's with only 2 non-fights, this is like at least the fights beforehand, except for maybe like the tag team fight, was a fight. The last 2 on the docket is where the special got weird, where the pay-per-view just kind of got off the rails and went into parts unknown. I still don't know if what we witnessed was real life or not. So, first of all, Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the U.S. champion. This match is the penultimate match on the card. This went after the WWE Heavyweight title, the Intercontinental title, the new Universal title, the Women's title, the Tag Team title. As far as the card hierarchy is concerned, this is top card.
By the way, we did mention that Charlotte won the...
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I just wanted... For some reason, I forget us actually saying that she won.
Yeah, like I said, mentioned how grateful I am that that Charlotte reversed the bank statement.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, okay. But anyway, the U.S. title came out after all of them. Okay, why did they do that?
It was weird, so weird.
Yeah, just like it was completely and utterly bewildering. Like, okay, like I know that the U.S. title has been like seeing a renaissance ever since they gave it to Rusev because it wasn't doing anything on fucking Kalisto.
But this wasn't like John Cena with the U.S. title, like doing everything but going on the mic and talking about how it needs to be in the main event.
No.
Which I still want to see that tabletop conversation about the Intercontinental. Oh no, about the the Intercontinental title and how it's still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Still want to see that conversation. We never got to.
Yeah.
But that's another note.
But that's for another time. The point though was that why did they put it so far high up the card? And the answer is because it wasn't ever supposed to be. Apparently,
it wasn't a match. It was just it was just like a little brawl, and that led to Roman Reigns. So this is one of those things where apparently you think you want something, and then when you get it, it doesn't feel like what you thought it would. Well,
all right. Let's set it up here.
Yeah.
Let's set our ducks in a row. First of all, as soon as Roman gets into the ring, all of a sudden Rusev just starts wailing on Roman. The bell hasn't rung. The fight hasn't started. And instead of just starting the fight, which what anyone would have done, they decided like, no, break it up. And then it just devolves from there where like 20 refs tried to get them between it. And then Roman just starts fucking wailing on him. Like it's almost like a squash match.
Yeah.
And he just leaves him injured.
Like, and this is fucking Rusev we're talking about.
He lays him out with a steel chair. He just completely goes over the fuck board on him. And then, he just kicks him while he's down, and then Rusev tries to get himself together. Then Roman comes back out and spears him. Great spear.
Yeah,
great spear. And then the announcer saying like, Roman is a scary guy. And I'm thinking, is this a Roman heel turn?
Yeah.
But wait, he's turning heel on a heel. Wait, is this supposed to be a double turn? Like, we're gonna have a babyface Rusev?
You do not want a man the size and ferocity of Rusev
being a
babyface, because then you get stuff like Heidenreich. I need a friend. You don't want to do that.
So like
Rusev doesn't want to do that.
So, like, it's like WWE just are so dead set on ruining Roman Reigns. So they say, like, well, he's not getting any traction as a babyface. He's down in the mid card. What can we do to further fuck him up? Why don't we get him to turn heel, but in the worst way possible?
Against Rusev?
What?
And you're going to actually have Rusev get squashed? Rusev. Really?
Well, in one fell swoop...
Take a look at that guy in NXT. See how he was pushed.
In one fell swoop, Rusev was buried. Roman is further ruined. He had a thing going. He had a thing going with Rusev in the promo.
Yeah.
He was getting better. His momentum comes to a screeching fucking halt. Because we don't know what the fuck this is going to lead to. I mean, granted, you don't know what it's going to lead to.
This is finishing the entire pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This is the main event.
This is the penultimate to the main event. This is all the title matches. Well, obviously the U.S. title match isn't going to happen anymore, and apparently that's it. I mean, like, granted, Rusev started the fight, but like, if you were always intending Roman to turn heel, why didn't you have Roman instigate it?
And it really felt like this was supposed to happen way earlier. This was following the whole wedding between Rusev and Lana build-up. This is fluff.
Yeah.
The wedding cake spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not main event material. That's mid card at best, if not kickoff. Like, that's low shit. It's a wedding cake feud for the U.S. It's a wedding, like, it's defending Lana's honor feud that involves the U.S. title. What I don't even understand. This is small. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you making this the last thing we see? This is not, Stone Cold, finishing someone with a stunner and, getting the beer wagon out. This is the U.S. title.
Yeah, it's it's a non-match.
Yeah.
At least the tag team title began as a match and then DQ'd into a non-finish. This started off as a non-match, and it was just the audience was confused, and we're not even sure how we're supposed to feel about it, and we're not sure even what's going to be happening. And chances are they're not even going to really follow it up on Raw tomorrow, which maybe they will, maybe they won't. I just can't imagine what they're going to go with it.
Interrupting a wedding ceremony.
Top card material, apparently.
Really? You had great fucking stuff to work with before this. Okay.
All right. Just like, I mean, I'll give you one thing, WWE. I have no fucking idea what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you try to spin your way out of this fucking nightmare.
But all in all, wow, what a
colossal waste of my time.
But what a great pay-per-view though. I mean, this is definitely, one of my favorite pay-per-views.
Yeah, I mean, just on the virtue of like I have no idea where this ride is taking me.
Yeah. One of the greatest matches in WWE history.
One of the great matches, and plenty of good matches interspersed between some not so good matches. One confusing non-match, and then the mother of all clusterfucks.
And then we have the final
one, where this began like how you would think it was. It's Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton, and it's going to be the main event. I'm thinking, okay, that's all right, sure, fine, whatever. Brock Lesnar has a lot of universal appeal. You want to push him to...
sorry, not finisher to the pay-per-view. This is the actual finisher to the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Brock Lesnar goes, does Suplex City. Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
And some of the most lazy suplexes, I mean, that was not even like... That wasn't Suplex City, that was more like Suplex Hamlet.
Suplexburg.
Suplexburg was just...
But
it was pretty lazy.
But with every single tackle and shoulder check, the stiffest fucking hits.
And I think honestly, this just like with the tackles. Yeah. I think the suplexes actually were stiff as fuck.
Yeah.
because they weren't show suplexes.
No,
I think they were like real suplexes, like you actually try to break someone's neck with.
Like you're doing it slow, so that way you make sure
That they land on their neck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And
Brock.
fucking Randy Orton is just like trying to keep up track, and you know, like to like the match's credit, like when it spilled over into the arena, out into the outside of the apron rather, and you know you see Brock just potato sack toss, not suplex, potato sack toss him onto the table, and the table doesn't break, and so Brock does it again, and it finally breaks, and you're thinking, oh Jesus Christ, this is turning into a fucking squash match.
He didn't. I mean, it didn't feel like this was Brock not having good wrestling skill. This felt like Brock just wanting to hurt Randy Orton.
Yeah, like he
fucked him up, man.
Oh, you fucked him up.
He didn't distribute his weight when he threw him onto the table so that it would all balance out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, potato sack. He just dropped him into the side of it. So it was just exactly like the way you would not want to do it.
Yeah, like no finesse. This is just like he's just doing this to hurt, like fucking hurt. And then like he gets onto another table, and you're thinking, okay, is he going to try to F5 him onto the?
Yeah.
And apparently, and then no RKO out of nowhere. Like that was one of the better RKOs out of nowhere because you know up till now he got the shit kicked out.
It was a squash match.
And then
he already tried to drop an RKO that failed.
Yeah, like
he just swatted him.
Yeah, and then like hit the RKO. And then he looks like, oh, I'm just playing possum. And he's like, oh, yeah, now this is a wrestling match.
Yeah, like now we're getting momentum back.
And then he crawls in the ring, waits for Brock to get in. But then, nope, elevated DDT. And like, okay, yay. And goes for the pin. All right. Kicks out. Okay, whatever. He goes for a second RKO. Hits it. Still kicks out. And then Brock lays him out with an F5. He kicks out. It's like, okay, this is getting interesting.
And this is where it was like the Viper fighting the Mountain.
Yeah.
Where he's doing really good, you know?
Yeah.
He's cutting him down, he's got him, and then grabs the leg and throws him down kind of thing. You know?
Yeah. And
swats him out there.
So just when the momentum of the match is starting, all of a sudden, Brock just starts wailing on him hard. Boom, 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 right in the head. And he busts him open. Pool of blood starts coming out of Randy Orton's face. And you're like, did he blade? Like, you're not...
I mean, it looked like... The thing is, Brock Lesnar was laying strikes on him like I've seen him lay on a dude in UFC. When he's just, you know, that Brock's way of fighting, he just kind of sluggishly drops him... Just crawls on top of you and starts hitting you over the head like a gorilla.
Yeah.
You know? That's what he does in UFC, and it works. Because that's how monstrous of a man he is.
Yeah, is he just fucking wheels, fucking like Bam Bam
and
with
the
a club.
Blood just starts pouring out of him.
It's like that's why I thought it was a blade. It was a blade job because you know it was right at the hairline. So I'm thinking, oh okay, like
yeah.
But then I remember, wait, no, like why would Randy Orton risk termination with a blade job? Why would he do that?
Yeah, and yeah, you know, I mean he. Not exactly. He does have a nice face too.
So like,
but then again, he is the guy who took thumbtacks.
Yeah, so it's not like he wouldn't blade,
yeah.
But then like I just didn't feel like that was intentional. And then when the doctor starts surrounding him, Brock Lesnar fucking tosses the doctor's aside and continues to wail on him. It's like this is a work.
Yeah.
It's like
we weren't entirely sure up to that point.
But this it's a fucking work. It's like somehow credit to Randy Orton for being able to hide a blade for as long as he did.
That his RKOs are pretty smooth, but that blade came out of nowhere.
That blade job was perfect. I mean, as far as being able to get out and not attract attention, and he bladed just right. I mean, enough blood to but not so dangerous like you put yourself into anaphylactic, put yourself into shock, Eddie Guerrero.
No, it's okay. I can keep wrestling.
I can keep wrestling, JBL. But and so the bell finally rung because where else can the match go from there? And he just keeps wailing on him. Then fucking Shane O'Mac comes out and it's like, no, fucking stop. And then F5 Shane O'Mac and it takes Paul Heyman begging him on his knees like, stop. And then Brock just walks away and you're thinking, wasn't Goldberg supposed to come out or something? Like,
And the audience starts chanting Goldberg. I was like, what, is Ryback here?
no, he never shows up. He was all a complete smokescreen, and that
Maybe that leads to something later on.
Maybe because,
but certainly not tonight.
yeah, like certainly not tonight. But you got to like Raw or SmackDown. You got to imagine like the fallout's going to be like, what in the fuck is going to happen? I mean, I gotta say it. It's
You got us. We're staying tuned.
I'm not gonna watch. I'm just gonna keep my ear to the ground to figure out what the fuck.
Oh, you're not?
Well, I watch the highlights. I don't have enough time in the day to watch 5 hours of programming.
I mean, it's not like I certainly don't have the time to watch Raw, SmackDown,
NXT,
main event, NXT, probably the Cruiserweight Classic if I could. But
God.
Yeah.
So that's how the evening ends on the most confusing, like, ending to a fight at least it was a fight. At least it was a match, not that fucking Roman Rusev match.
That wasn't a match. Yeah. That was like a.
I don't know what that was, but I don't want to see it again.
Yeah.
But as I still stand by to say, like, SummerSlam 2016 is good. It's a good surreal match, but don't do this again. Not for a long, long, long while.
Keep us on our toes,
but
maybe not.
But don't make us question the very nature of reality.
Yeah. Save that for mind games. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next one is Backlash.
Backlash.
On September 11th.
So you know what a good portion of that's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait for that fun trip down memory lane. Till next time.